Actually, I'm from Minnesota, so yes, I do know a lot about septics to begin with because every house up there,
She has a shitload of
I've got a
information.
shitload of septic information right up in this cabeza.
Does a home warranty really provide any value? So, I mean, I feel like this is a loaded question.
We literally are about to go viral with people pissed off in the DMs, like,
On our mutual agent.
Yeah, like back and forth, back
so
and
in
forth.
the Texas real estate contract, and throughout the U.S., there's usually an area that says the buyer wants a home, like a third party home warranty paid by the seller,
Right.
And then when they move into the home, they have so many components covered for the next year. I have my own opinion on it. That one being that it can be good in the sense that it protects the seller, because I do a lot of listings, and so if we have an older home, and this actually just happened last week,
Literally.
where there was an issue with the septic. And there was a repair amendment that said, get the septic, looked at, get it serviced. So the seller did it. We have the documentation. Then they move out of the house. The buyer moves in. The toilets won't flush the first
No
day.
flushy.
What were they
of the
trying to
poopy
flush?
poopy.
I don't know. I mean, it worked fine, but the sellers moved out. And
My heart sank. Like I got the phone
Was
call and I
that
was
house
like,
even that old?
no, it was built in 2020.
And so that septic, that was a whole new
it's a brand
septic
new-
Well, I'm
system.
wondering if someone was tinkering with the septic
We
because
know someone was tinkering.
Bree called the septic company to try to understand, because what happened was
Like
Do
5
you know
times.
all about septic now?
Actually, I'm from Minnesota, so yes, I do know a lot about septics to begin with because every house up there,
she has
unless
a
you're city,
shitload of
I've got a
information.
shitload of septic information right up in this
But
cabeza.
listen, the buyer agent was upset, most likely because her clients were very upset.
Which, of course, we would have been upset
And
too.
so she reached out and she wanted our seller to pay
For the pump.
for a brand new pump. But the thing is,
$650
our seller,
Okay.
but we'd already funded. They did the repair. I mean, they contractually don't have to do anything after funding. And so I looked back at the contract, and we paid for a home warranty that covered the septic. And I said,
Nice.
wow, I am so glad that you protected your buyers with the home warranty that will cover that septic. That is really great. And these are just one of those random, I mean, these do happen. I mean,
We had a house burned down.
We had a house burned down. That's why homeowners insurance is there.
Homeowners,
We had
yeah.
an AC unit that went out after. But I do like that the home warranties are there in place. And for that reason, we put actually on all of our listings, you guys know this, we put our seller coverage home warranty, because then there's a warranty already during the seller side. And if they use a home warranty, there can be no pre-existing conditions.
Yeah.
There's some conversation around that. So I like it because I think it's a little buffer for protecting the buyer and the
Right.
seller. Now,
I do too.
sometimes they're
If it's a
sometimes
pre-owned
it's
home,
useless.
I mean,
It's useless
obviously
if
it's like a case by case.
Right.
But like, for instance, this house I have under contract right now, the house is 9 years old. It's going on its 10th year. And like, we know what starts to happen to a house
Yeah.
around that time. And it still had, it has all its original systems, appliances. And I thought, you know what, if I can negotiate them
Why
getting
not?
this, then
Yeah.
yeah.
and we have to factor it in. I mean, if we're in multiple offers and we're writing offers for, we
Right.
may want to take
Case
it
by
out.
case.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
that
definitely
does-
something we weren't doing for a while. We were throwing
But
the
now,
now it's
there's
renegotiable again. And I even really guide, sometimes our sellers will get a little pissy where they're like, well, why am I paying for this for them?
But it protects you.
But
I
it
like to
protects
say.
you in the long run. And
and now you can use this.
well, and unfortunately,
Shit
in this
show.
situation with this shit show, the buyers had not used the home warranty, and they
didn't
jumped
use
the
the home
gun.
warranty that they asked for, and they just called the previous septic company, and they did a $600 repair. That was I think the home warranty for the year was $650.
Yeah, and so there was
Did they forget that they had it?
I think so.
I think they forgot that they had it. I think that maybe, the agent hadn't sent over the information yet, giving grace.
They probably
It
just
was day
wanted
one
also
of
for it to be
closing.
repaired immediately.
Well, yeah,
and
if
that
you
was,
don't-
home warranties, you do have to call. I mean, it's not, you get what you pay for.
Absolutely.
It takes a little
They
bit.
have a 5-year-old and a 1-year. There was a lot of moving parts. So I cannot fault them for trying to get it fixed as expeditiously as possible. Like, absolutely, I would have done the same thing, just been like, I need to flush. But there is a lot of different dynamics. But what we also always tell our sellers as well is during the negotiation period, when we do have those inspection reports come back and, we've got, a GCI that's popping, whatever it may be, I would say 80% of the time, especially during the summer months, these ACs here in Texas are working overtime. They want it serviced. Can't blame them. Well, we say, okay, well, it's this one-time service fee of $100. Whereas if they had called
because we put a home warranty on our sellers
on it
homes,
for
all
the
of us.
sellers, and so
Yeah.
during that negotiation, or
Makes it easy.
the whole process of it, or also houses have little spirits and souls, and they get real pissy when they're being sold and they decide to break. Just
True.
like this new
We always joke,
2022.
oh, now you've invited us to your home. Something's going to break.
Something's gonna
That's
break.
why I'm going to put the seller coverage on.
Yep.
But yeah, it's great for buyers and sellers if you can do it. And there's so many different warranties. I mean, I actually have them on my rentals because those
Which
are
I think
older
is genius.
homes.
For rentals. It's
Well, it's
yeah.
great because whenever a tenant calls and says, oh, I have a plumbing issue or an AC, I just go online and put the order in and I say, okay, they'll call you and they'll reach out directly and schedule it. I mean, it's easy. But again, I'm not picky. So, I mean, I've had some people that I didn't like the AC person they sent out. I mean, for me,
people
I'm
get
like,
very attached to
it's
their.
that- yeah.
I love my my HVAC friend. Shout out to Anthony Carter. I love him. And the HVAC just went out in my old house that I sold, and he literally contacted me and said, "I just want to let you know I'm taking care of your new homeowners." And I had shared his information with them previously. And I was like, oh my gosh, they bought the house 4 months ago. I had no idea that it even broken. And he was updating me the entire time. And he's like, I went to get the part they needed. They were sold out. I'm going first thing in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, a home warranty is, I think, a layer of protection. It's not, especially if you don't know what you're getting into with a pre-owned
And our preferred
older
vendors,
home.
sometimes we still have to
But I
call
mean, I don't
in.
have it on
Yeah.
my own, my house. I mean, I go with
yeah.
Berkey's, but my home's somewhat new, but it's approaching that 10-year.
Oh, you
which
guys
is,
are making me feel like I need to buy
doomsday.
one.
Well, we have a good local company that we would highly recommend on our preferred vendors list.